Good evening. Hello, everybody. We have Maverick Mary here and Spunky Susan. And Mary's having a little bit of a technical difficulty with her sound, so she's going to leave and come back on and join us. And then Eston will be joining us here shortly as well. Hi, Nahal. Welcome to the show. How are you this evening? So tonight we're talking about the limiting belief, I'm not good enough. Welcome, Michael. Welcome, Karen. Hi, guys. Show us some love. Pound on that heart. Please comment, especially when you hear something that you can relate to or you have a question. We will have a live Q&A at the end for our guests, and the live Q&A shows up at the end. You're welcome to join us in that in our conversation about this limiting belief of I'm not good enough. If you have questions, you can ask us anything just by clicking on the link that I'm putting into the comments now. And remember, what that does is it brings you into the guest room, into the lobby. And when it's time, and you could still hear us, see us. When it's time, you can, we'll bring you in as a guest to ask your question. Okay, bringing on Mary now, bringing on Eston. So anyways, when we do the live Q&A, hello, Eston. Hey, Mary. You got sound yet?
Hi, Susan.
Hey.
You hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yay.
Good. I can hear both of you. Awesome. So we have some guests here. Looks like we have Michael Frazier, who is a very dear friend of mine. We do shaman healing sessions together. He may have left, but he popped on and said hi, and he loved our show. And then we also have Karen Rice. Please share with us where you're chiming in from. So when you see the link, the guest link, you just click on that. If it doesn't do anything for you, I recommend you doing is copy and paste that link. You copy and paste that link and put it into your web browser. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so any of the previous shows that you may have missed and would like to check out, I've included also the link to, you can go for the audio version, or you can go, so the audio version is my podcast, A New Day with Susan. Not only do we have the What's Your Journey show on there, we also have a parenting show. And then I also have interviews that I do with other people. So there's several different shows that you can go listen to. And if you're one of those who like to see a visuals, be connected to that face, we also have a channel on YouTube. So tonight we have with us Eston Swaby.
Hi, Eston.
Welcome, Eston.
Hey, thank you for having me on your show. It's nice to be here.
Thank you. And where are you at in this part? What part of the world are you in?
Okay, I am in the beautiful country of Jamaica.
Ooh. I want to come to Jamaica.
Have you ever been to Jamaica? Have you ever been to Jamaica?
Yes.
I've never been.
I have enjoyed a lot of Jamaican traditions. Having my hair braided when you go there as a tourist. I went to Dunn's River Falls. I hung out with the locals and drank some Red Stripe and some great rum.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I brought some home. It was so good. Yeah, the locals are very friendly. I found.
Yes,
when I was there.
Yes, Jamaicans, we are very friendly people.
Awesome. I'm just
Hello,
getting.
Are you hearing? Are you hearing me clearly? I have internet issue. I don't know what's happening.
So you're saying you'll
I
cut
don't
in
know
and
what's
out?
happening now.
That is completely okay.
Yes.
So I'll just introduce you, Eston. You're from Jamaica. Woo! I want to visit Jamaica. It sounds now I'm completely enrolled by what Maverick Mary just shared. I totally want to go and have somebody play with my hair a little bit and drink some Red Stripe. Will I get drunk?
Not on Red Stripe, but
Oh.
the rum is phenomenal.
Okay. Well, either way, I'd love to try both of those. So tonight we are having a conversation about that limiting belief, that one that just haunts us all. I'm not good enough. Anybody in the house have that issue? I know I've had experienced it in my past. I've worked through it, and it comes and goes when it wants to. So tonight we have Eston Swaby, and let me just pull up some stuff here. So I do have a link to his book, and maybe towards the end, it's called Empowered Life, Inspirational Self-Development Transformation. It's an ebook. And I included that link as well in the comments for you to go check that out. And then Eston is a motivational speaker. He's also an author and a coach. So what he does is he consults and helps service providers get and craft their story and their message. I might need help with that, but I just kind of tend to just talk, and people seem to listen for some just some weird, odd reason, Swaby. And he gets paying clients every day.
Sorry. What? I have to interrupt with that, Susan. right this minute. Some people listen to us for some odd reason. Hello.
Okay, what's
we're
the
awesome
obvious?
and fun.
Well, I think you guys must be doing something right. Why people are listening to you? You got your story done. I don't think you do, or something.
Yeah, I speak from the soul, baby. It all comes from inspiration from soul. I don't really have a message. I just talk.
Eston, don't let her fool you at all. Do you hear that? Do you hear that spunk coming out? That's why she's nicknamed Spunky. Susan, she is spunky.
Yeah.
I totally don't believe anything she's saying. I do believe that she have a message. If you didn't have a message, then you wouldn't be sure right now. You wouldn't be where you are right now in your business.
That's right. Thank you, Eston. And thank you, Maverick Mary, love of my life.
Of course.
So, Eston, let's hear what you've got to say about this topic. I know that you've got some good stuff for us tonight.
Okay. Again, thank you for having me on here. I strongly believe that they believe that I'm not good enough is one of the things that come knocking at our door a lot. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you have accomplished or achieved in your life. There are going to be some times when you just do not believe that you are good enough. But one of the things that with people that feel as if they're not good enough is that there are most times they're always trying to achieve or trying to accomplish some things so that they can feel good enough. So they tell themselves, okay, in order for me to be good enough, maybe I need to get a degree. Now, when they accomplish that degree, when they get that degree, they say, okay, maybe I need to get a certain of job, or maybe I need to be earning certain number, maybe I need to be this kind of car, or but it doesn't matter what they achieve, they always feel as if, because nothing that you do or achieve will ever cause you to feel as if you are good enough if you deep down inside you don't believe that you are good enough. And some of the times either they will try to achieve or try to amass a lot of things or to achieve a lot of things in order to feel good enough, or they might just give up and say, okay, I'm just not good enough, it's just not going to work. And so they just give up on life. They have low expectation, so they set low goals. A lot of people they have low expectations in life, or they set low goals, is because they don't believe that they are good enough. They don't believe that they can achieve that goal. They don't believe that they might doing a lot of things. Probably maybe they will see people like maybe you hosting a show, and they say, okay, I would love to host my own show, but I don't think anyone wants to listen to me. I don't believe that stage. I don't believe that I will be successful at it. And so they don't take that. They have big dreams, exactly what they want, or have an idea of what they want. They will not take that step. They will not go after it, because that belief, no one will want to live, always come. So take that step, because it's not going to work. So either they will try to achieve a lot of things, so they'll maybe get a job. But when they're in a high, try to get promoted to the top position.
Hold on, Eston. It's driving me nuts. You keep cutting in and out, and you're just talking about such a good topic. I don't know if there's something you could do to adjust the Wi-Fi or.
So I don't know if you can hear me, Eston. Maybe I can help you out by summarizing for our audience what you said as you're cutting in and out. Yeah. One of the things that he said is people go and get a degree, and then they need to do something more. They do that something more, and they go out and get a logo, and they think that's all they need to do for a business, and they think they're going to be successful. Any kind of success requires a lot of hard work. And so if you're limiting yourself, you're limiting the idea that you could grow into what you want to be, into what your dream is. And the truth be known, like Susan really talks about this a lot, Eston, is peekaboo. Hi, Bella. Cutie. Hi, Yockey family child. Bella. So back to what he said. So the limiting belief, the deep down limiting belief is your own fear. Your own fear is stopping you from getting to where you want to go. And there are things that may get in your way. Maybe you go through divorce, and that kind of puts you off balance and sets you on a different path for a little while. Maybe you have a baby and you have to slow down for a little while to be a mommy. Maybe you have an illness, and that sets you back for a little while because you need to rest. But we can all have a comeback and get where we want to be if we just keep ourselves focused on where we want to go. Because why do we want to go there? Because we're not really happy where we are, and we're trying to jump over that fence and get to where we want to be. And you just have to keep doing it step by step, every day, baby steps to get there. Eston, did you hear all that? I don't think that he can hear me.
I'm going to see if I can search. Can you just give
Yeah,
me minutes,
I'll
please?
give you a few minutes more. So, so I know for myself, I just gave you a quick synopsis, but for myself, one of my big goals in life was to go to college because none of my parents went to college. My mom, my dad didn't go to college. And so it was a big goal of mine too, that when my kids grew up, that they could go to college as well. I'm finishing my master's. I love working with my students and I love helping them to pursue their goals where they want to go. And there's always an obstacle that can get in your way. You can create an obstacle. You can say, oh, geez, I can't get there because I don't have the money. Well, I can tell you that money is not an obstacle, and Susan can identify with this, that money is not an obstacle to getting where you want to go. There are loans, there's grants, there's people that will help you out. Believe me, if I can do it, anyone can do it. I didn't have money to go to college. I had to get grants. Some of them were free and I didn't have to pay them back. Some of them I do have to pay back. There's children that came along that were needing to be cared for more than what my goals were. There's a variety of different things that happen, that stumbling blocks that get in the way. But you just steer a path around those. You just throw the boulders to the side and keep on going. Eston, I think, is back with us again. He's looking a lot clearer in our picture. Can you hear me well, Eston?
Yes, I'm hearing you much better now.
Okay, fantastic. So take it away. The last thing I said, and did you hear the last thing I said, Eston?
No, I didn't get everything that you were
audio
saying.
So I just kind of recapped what you had said, and I said that you sometimes may have stumbling blocks in your way, but if you really want to get to your dream, the reason you want to get there is because you're not 100% happy where you are and you're trying to jump over that fence and reach your dream, and along the way there's some stumbling blocks. You just throw those stumbling blocks and those boulders to the side and keep on trucking forward to your dream, because that can manifest itself. There's no money, there's no person, there's no circumstance that can get in your way if you really want to get to your goal and want to get to your dream. Eston?
Yes, and I totally 1000% agree with with everything that you just said, that it doesn't matter what your dreams or goals are, you can achieve them. It does. A lot of people that are saying that, okay, I cannot achieve my goals because I don't have enough money, or I don't have the resources. When I published my first book, I never had a laptop. 95% of my book was written using my iPhone. What if I had said that, okay, I cannot write my book because I don't have the resources, I don't have a laptop, then my book probably would never have gotten written. So no matter what your story is, there's always someone that is right where you are right now, or maybe they were where you are now and they overcame that challenge or they got over that obstacle. Maybe they had worse experience than you and they overcame the obstacles and they are now massively they are very successful right now. So I don't believe that a lot of people made the excuse that why they can achieve their dreams or their goals is because of something external. I don't believe that. I think 90% of the time it's not external, but it is internal.
Right.
It is because, sorry, I was saying, it's because of the story that they are telling themselves. Mm-hmm. That is what is holding them back.
It's something that you're telling yourself in your mind, but And that's what's coming out of your mouth, those excuses. But really deep down, if you really look deep down inside, it's fear. It's the fear of failing, the fear of being judged, the fear of not being accepted, the fear of hearing someone else's judgment and someone else's criticism. You throw all that criticism aside. You throw all that judgment aside, because if you're a dreamer trying to get to your goal, you know where you want to be. You know where your head is. You know where your heart is. And other people feel it from you. When your heart is in what you do, you're passionate about it. Think about this month, we're talking about relationships, right? We're talking about working towards relationships and being enough. How is it that you sound when you're talking about someone that you love? Are you saying, oh yeah, Bobby and I went to the store. Yeah, we went for some dinner and then we came back and watched TV. Does that sound like me telling a story about someone I care about or I'm interested in?
No.
Sounded pretty dull, right? In my monotone. What if I say this? Wow, I just got a text from him and we're going to meet for dinner. And after we're going to go out for a drink. And today he sent me flowers just because. And I can't wait to catch up with him later. Which one sounds different?
The last one sounds a lot different and much better. Sounds as if, yes, you are. You can't, you're very anxious, just waiting for the time to come just to hang out with that person.
So it's same thing in business. Being enough is being in love with yourself and the ideas of getting you towards your dream. You need to love what you're going to become. You need to love yourself already and believe in yourself already, because maybe other people will judge you. Maybe other people won't believe in you. Maybe they won't believe in your success. But if you believe in your success, that passion comes out in your conversation. It just makes you sound different,
Yes, and I always tell people that the only person that you need to succeed is you. You don't need someone else to believe in you for you to be successful. You just need to believe in yourself. And if you can believe in yourself, if you can believe in your dreams, it doesn't matter what someone else is saying. It doesn't matter if 1,000 people are saying that you're not a good host or your business will never succeed. You believe in your dream enough to push through any obstacle, any challenge that you might face, any criticism that you might face, because people will talk.
Yes.
And they will criticize you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you achieve. It doesn't matter how good you think your website look, or your product, or your book, or whatever it is. You will always have people that criticize you. Always people that will say that, okay, you are not good enough. But if you can believe in yourself enough, if you believe that you are good enough, then it doesn't matter. You use those criticism, you use those things that people are saying as stepping stones, as fuel to go to the next level. You say, okay, how can I use this? How can I use everything that life is throwing at me? How can I use all of the negativity that's around me? And how can I use it to succeed? So but it starts with you. Sorry, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that. So as you said, it starts with you loving yourself first.
I agree. You're bringing me back to a time. And Susan, do we have time for a 1 minute quick story? I can't hear you, Susan. I can't hear Susan. Can you, Eston?
Yes, I'm hearing.
You're hearing me, but not Susan. Susan? Okay. So here's the 1 minute quick story that I was thinking of when you were talking about that, Eston, and saying there's always going to be naysayers, people that say that you're not good enough, that type of thing. And I can tell you that that's not true. And I can tell you a real life story. Probably to this day, I don't, although I teach piano on the side to beginner students, and I took piano lessons all the way through to college. I don't like to play piano in front of people. And the reason for that is back in my high school years, there was a competition that I played at for Junior Miss, and I froze on stage in front of everyone. I literally, like the real thing, like they say, stage fright. I looked out in the audience. I felt relaxed. I looked out in the audience, and when I saw how many people were there, I just froze like an ice cube, and I couldn't move. It was so embarrassing. So after I kind of collected myself, and the judges, because it was a local level, let me go back on and compete again and try it again. And at the end, I did very well, and I got a standing ovation. And I should have walked away feeling like I accomplished something, right? Because I had practiced so hard for that moment. But instead, I always felt in my heart that I should have done it right the first time. I was really hard on myself. And then about 10 years later, we had a class reunion, and someone came up to me and said, Mary, how are you? I got to tell you something. And they said, remember that time in Junior Miss where you froze up on the stage? He said, I told my son that story because he was having trouble with some things going on in school, and he was having trouble on the soccer field. And I told him that story about you, and it turned him around, and he's like doing better at school, and he's able to get some of the shots in for soccer now. And I told him how you just persevered and you got back up there. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I almost started to cry. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. He goes, I tried to find you in this whole class reunion, it's like, there's a lot of people here. He goes, I couldn't wait to tell you that. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, who would think that my failure, and that's how I looked at it, was someone else's success. So even through failure, we can have success. And that happened to me, so I know it to be true. Susan?
Yes. Yes, that is so true. And it's just for you not to give up. One of the things that I always tell myself, that there's someone out there that is dependent on me to succeed. There's someone out there that is dependent on me to do that thing that I probably don't want to do because I tried it maybe yesterday and I failed. So if I don't try it again, then I'm going to let them down. Maybe they are not going to. I always tell myself that I am a miracle to be someone. I was created. I am a miracle to be someone else's miracle. So just like you, you could have stopped. You could have walked off that stage, but you say, okay, I'm going to give it another try, and you did that, and that inspired someone. And so many years later, what you did that day is still being talked about.
True.
And I'm sure that if you go on a stage right now and tell that story, then a lot of people are going to be inspired by that story, just because you did not give up.
Right.
Just because you did not tell yourself that, okay, I cannot do this. I failed once, and so I cannot do it again. I'm just not good enough. This will never work. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people do. Just because they failed, or just because they made a mistake, they start telling themselves that, okay, I cannot play the piano in front of, I cannot do it. I cannot take that step again. I cannot do that thing, because what if I fail? What if the same thing that happened yesterday or 6 months ago, what if it happens again? I know someone right now, she is in high school, and even to this day, she would not speak in front of an audience, because when she was in the 4th grade, she went up on a stage and something happened. And so from that day, she tell herself that I'm just not good enough. I cannot speak in front of an audience. So it's all about the story that you tell yourself, that okay. And if you are willing to change the conversation in your head by saying, okay, yes, I failed. Yes, I made a mistake, but okay, what lesson did I learn from this? Or how can I use this experience to be better? Because I see everything that we go through in life, whether positive or whether negative or positive, as experiences for us to learn from, and just for us to be better next time.
Thank you so much. That is so insightful. You have a way of putting words together, different concepts, and linking them together. I think that that's a definite strong trait that some people have when they're thinking. When I think of a whole bunch of thoughts, it's a little bit different for me. They're kind of like floating around in the cloud, and they don't quite link together unless I link them together with a story, like I just did, where you can take a whole bunch of thoughts that are floating around in the cloud, and you can like link them together and have them be like a concise outline for someone to think about the whole chapter about what we're talking today. Susan, you need to talk. You need to come out here and have your moment. But unfortunately, we cannot hear Susan. So we can't hear Susan, but here's what I'd like to do is we have a few people in our audience that are watching us right now. And I would like to put it out to people if they'd like to come on live with Eston and Susan in the background and me and ask a question. Feel free to come on. We have people that have left comments today. And okay, great. I think we have another. Susan, can you hear now? Can we hear you now? No? I'm going to ask I'm going to make a comment to the group chat here and ask people for people to come on live with questions. Or type them in the chat. So Eston, it's just you and me on the screen right now. I think that Susan was having a little bit of technical difficulties. One of the most often asked questions of me is, why? Why do I need to do this? As a teacher, students will always say, why? Why do I need to know math? I'm never going to use it. And of course, as adults, we know that we can't get through one day without using math in some way. But the why question is, why do you think it is that most people don't want to strive to reach their dream? What do you think is the greatest obstacle in them feeling like they're not enough, Eston?
I think it comes back down to that that story that they told themselves many years ago. I'm not hearing it now, Mary. Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm hearing you. Let me see if I understand your question correctly. All right, so I think one of the reasons why a lot of people don't believe in themselves is because of that story that they told themselves. Maybe something happened in their past, and they made a decision right there. One decision that you made when you're maybe say 16-year-old can be ruling or controlling your life when you're 50-year-old. That one decision that you made when you said that, okay, I'm not good enough. This is just not for me.
Yeah.
That one decision you made in that split second could be still affecting your life. So I believe that one of the things with a lot of people that they made that decision many years ago. Maybe they went when they were a child. For me, it was when I was I think about 5 years old. I told myself that I'm not good enough, and I needed people's approval. And so that decision that I made affected my life for over 20 years.
Wow.
I just never felt that I was good enough. And then things in my when you tell yourself that you're not good enough, the thing is it, when you tell yourself that I'm not good enough, you will always seek out reasons or events to support that belief that you're not good enough.
Right.
So if you failed, or if someone if you did something and someone laugh at you, you say you tell yourself that, okay, I'm just not good enough. See, I'm not good enough. It will never work. Maybe you tried singing, you went on a stage and when you were maybe say 11 years old, and you sing you sing a song, and it just didn't turn out as how you expected, and people laughed at you. And so you told yourself then that, okay, see, I'm just not good enough. Singing is just not for me. So I think that it is that inner belief that they are not good enough that really stop them from succeeding and becoming all that they can be. I don't know if I answer your question correctly.
I think that's a great way to describe the answer to my question. And for my audience members looking at this, if you want to change your mindset as a teacher or as a student, I recommend that you purchase Carol Dweck's book about mindfulness. It'll change how you perceive, how you think about yourself, how you think about your students. It's amazing that she actually gives very specific techniques on how to go about changing your whole mindset to be more positive and have more affirmations, which that brings me to Spunky Susan, who's back on the line with us.
Yay! Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. And she is the queen of affirmations and laws of attraction and all of that great stuff. So Susan, take it away.
Well, I just want to piggyback on what Eston was saying about, for me, the biggest work that I do is I help people get to the root cause of where those stories come from. It is a pattern. And until you deal with the root cause, and that this has been in my experience of my own healing and helping others heal, is once you can get and identify the root cause of where that limiting belief comes from, then when it shows up, it's easier to just, oh, there you are again. You identify the patterns in such as how it shows up in your language, how it shows up in your relationships, your business. You get to that place where it's been healed now. So, I mean, you can say affirmations all day long. I'm good enough. I'm good enough. I'm good enough. It's not going to work because you're lying to yourself and you know you are. So you've got to get to that root cause. Where is it coming from? When did I make that up? Eston said it beautifully. He identified it when he was around 5, and he probably done some healing work around that. But you really got to get that it's made up. It's not even real. Like, you get to create your life now. And so that healing process is really beautiful. And then Eston has also, he has a book I mentioned in the very beginning that I also want to recommend for people to check out. So I'm just going to let Eston share that really briefly. I put the link in the comments for you to go check it out. You can get it right now for only 99 cents, you guys. Seriously, like, that's what, a cup of coffee? So that's such a great deal. So definitely take advantage of that before the price goes back up. Eston, take it away. Share us a little bit about your book. We are over time a little bit, so I want to acknowledge that and let people know that I apologize. We do try to stick to time, and sometimes we go over, especially if we have technical stuff. However, one quick thing before you take over, Eston, if you'd like to jump on and ask any of us a question about these limiting beliefs, or maybe you want to work through one, definitely the link is in the comments to come and join us as a guest. Go ahead, Eston. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Susan, for this opportunity. My book, I wrote that book. My book is based on my life experiences, things that I have been through, fear, always being afraid of what people will say. Okay, if I do this, what will they say about me? What will they think? And so I was always stopping myself from succeeding, always stopping myself from taking those actions, those steps that I needed to take. And so dealing with those issues and what was stopping me, and just letting go of fear. So I wrote this book talking about fear, doubt, believing in yourself, talking about, okay, sometimes when you're going towards your dreams, there'll be obstacles in your way, but everything that you go through in life is just a stepping stone to take you to that destination, just for you to just maintain, have that vision of what your goals are, dreams are, and then just have your mindset on that, and realize that sometimes things will come your way, but everything that comes your way, every obstacle, every challenge, is just to take you one step closer to your dreams. That's right. One step closer to that vision, just for you. It just based on how you look at it. And so I wrote that book, An Empowered Life, based on some of the lessons that I have learned from in my life. So in that book, in this book, you'll find things about surrounding yourself with the right people, because who you surround yourself with will seriously affect you. If you surround yourself with negative people, then you are going to be negative. Mm-hmm. But you need to surround yourself with people that I call rocket boosters. These are people. These are people that will inspire. They will hold you accountable to your vision and not your bio. Let me explain what I mean by that. You have people that will say, okay, they will remember your past. They will remember the mistakes that you made. And so they will hold you to that and say, okay, you cannot be a motivational speaker. I have friends right now that say, okay, I cannot be a motivational speaker. I'm just not good enough. You'll have people that say, yeah. But one of the let me just tell you about you know, there was a time in my life when comments like that, I think that people are saying would actually hold me back when they say, okay, I cannot do something, because I had that limited belief that, okay, I'm not good enough. So when they say, okay, I cannot do this, then I would start believing them. But no, Mom, I love when people say that I'm not good enough. I love when people criticize, when they laugh at me, when they try to put obstacles in my way, because then I can use those obstacles, I can use those negative words to push me. And then I can go on stage. I tell my audience otherwise that every time someone criticize me, every time someone laugh at me, they are putting money in my pockets.
Good for you.
I love it.
So right on that point, not to interrupt you, Eston, but right on that point, we got to get to the point where we're wrapping this up on our mindset and people putting money in your pocket when they criticize you. Love that, Eston. Love it. But we're here tonight. We've been talking about our mindset and the psychology around how our mindset can push us towards failure or push us towards success, and how we can learn to live to our full potential. Either whether we're talking about parenting, we're talking about business, we're talking about school, or we're talking about relationships. And to all of you out there, I just want to put my little heart up. I want to work on my little heart. So here's my little heart to everybody. Yes. Susan, yours is better than mine.
So whatever. Yours is amazing.
So, Susan, can you, Eston, thank you so much for coming on tonight. It's been a joy listening to you and your book. Can people, are we going to be able to put up the link so people can purchase your book? Or do you have an ebook, or do you have paperback or hardcover?
I put the link in the comments. Okay. And it'll also be included in the replay that goes out onto A New Day with Susan podcast, and it'll be on both Mary and I's YouTube channel as well. So you'll be able to grab that link anywhere.
Okay. Can I just say one final thing before you go? Sure. Just saying to everyone that is listening.
All right, Spunky, simmer down.
Go ahead, Eston.
Okay, I just want to say to everyone that is listening and right now and will listen on the replay that you are good enough. It doesn't matter what people are saying about you. It doesn't matter how many times you've failed. You are good enough. You nothing you achieve in life, nothing you have in life will never cause you to feel as if you are good enough. Or nothing you achieve in life will never make you good enough.
That's right.
You first have to start believing in yourself that you are good enough, because if your mission or if your goal or the reason why you are in business or in a relationship or whatever it is that you're doing is because you want to feel as if you are good enough, you never feel as if you are good enough. Because as soon as you achieve that goal, then you'll say, okay, is this all? And then you'll try to move on to the next thing.
Because you've become a person that's hungry for more. You're hungry for growth all the time.
So just believe that you are good enough, and doesn't matter, as I said before, doesn't matter what people are saying about you. Just use don't allow their criticism, don't allow what they're saying or doing to affect you or to stop you from growing to become the person that you were created to be. Because you have greatness inside of you. It's just for you to find out, to tap into that greatness and then manifest it into the world. Someone is dependent on you. Someone is dependent on your story, your experience, so that they can become who they're created to be.
That's right.
Wow, that
Awesome.
is a profound statement to end
Yeah.
with. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Eston, so much for being on the show. We love you. Keep doing the good work that you're doing out in the world, and your contribution is absolutely astounding. And I look forward to reading that ebook. And again, you can catch that link in the comments. It'll also be attached to all the platforms as well, along with Maverick Mary's link to connect with her and a link to connect with myself. We love you guys. You are good enough. Namaste.
Namaste. Good night, everyone.